Good morning. Welcome to the Dave Fox Home Remodeling Show, and here we are in 2020. Wow, Jamie, imagine that, 2020.
Can't believe it.
Remember years ago when my girls were graduating from high school, my oldest daughter graduated in the class of 1999. It's like that seemed so far away at that time.
Oh, wow.
And now we're at 2020.
I know. It is crazy to think about. I know, we were thinking back to our New Year's for the millennial in 2000, what we were doing, and compared to this one, it's a little different.
Yeah. So, seems like we ought to be living on a different planet or something by now.
I know. Do you remember the movie, The Fifth Element?
Yeah.
Did you ever see that movie?
Yeah.
It was placed in 2010.
Bruce Willis,
yeah. The year of that movie was supposed to be 2010.
Really?
It was like that futuristic vision.
So we're a little bit behind.
Yeah, we missed something.
But if we do start to colonize another planet, then there'll be remodeling needs there as well. So
there you go.
Are you interested in off-planet Mars?
I'll have to learn a little different marketing tactics, I think, but
that's true.
Could be fun.
Okay, so thanks again for everyone for listening to the Dave Fox Home Remodeling Show. We know we have a lot of loyal listeners out there and really appreciate hearing from you. We see people all over the place, don't we, Jamie, that say that they listen to the show and heard us on the show. And today we're going to be talking about the Home and Garden Show coming up.
Yeah, a couple of trade shows coming up. And I was actually looking, this is the start of our 8th year doing this show.
8th year?
Yeah, so we've been doing this radio show since 2013.
Wow, 2013. So if we have any 8-year loyal listeners out there, why don't you shoot us an email and Jamie will send you some kind of a gift, right, Jamie?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay. So email info@davefox.com. And I'm serious, if you send us an email, we will send you something. It won't be a new kitchen remodel, but you never know what it might be. But really appreciate all of our listeners in the Columbus area. And so here we are starting off a new year. And we have a little bit of things we've changed over the years. Number one is we started recording right here in my office, basically. We turned it into a recording studio because it's so much more convenient than going down to the radio station.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and we are videotaping them. And I don't know if you have them on our Dave Fox Radio website yet?
Yeah, they should be on there, and then you can also at least link through to our YouTube channel where all the videos are if you prefer to watch us live.
That's right. So you can see Jamie live, not live, but in person.
Yes.
On YouTube or DaveFoxRadio.com.
That's right.
And there you can listen to probably our last 6 weeks worth of podcasts, more or less, or radio shows.
Give or take. Yeah. We've been
so if you're listening, we appreciate you listening and watching. So you'll get to see my office, right?
Yes. It's clean on this half.
That's right. And we don't show the other parts there because Michelle gets nervous when she walks in here because I think it's a sign of a highly organized and efficient person when there's stuff all over and they know where all the stuff is at.
That's one thought.
That's one. I seem to be the only one that thinks that.
I don't know.
So today, as I mentioned, we're going to be talking about the Home and Garden Show coming up, which is, we've been doing that for 30 years probably.
Yeah, probably at least before my time, that's for sure.
That's right.
Yeah, so I know I've participated in over 20 trade shows with Dave Fox.
Have you?
So
that's like 2 a year?
Yeah, we've done 2 a year for most years, and then we did a couple years we did 3. But right now we do 2, so we have one coming up next weekend, which is the Ohio Home Remodeling Show. Yeah. And that one's down at the Convention Center.
Right.
And this is actually only our 2nd year participating in this specific show. There's a couple this time of year, and they've switched around a little bit. But a new group came into town and started this trade show, and NARI got involved in it, the National Association of the Remodeling Industry. So we participate with them through that, and it's been a great show. We enjoy it.
The January shows are really effective for us, aren't they? It's interesting because there's not a lot of people that come to the show, but I guess anybody willing to brave the weather is really serious about doing something, aren't they?
Yeah, I think it's a great time for anyone that's been thinking about something over the holidays. You tend to be, between Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's, you tend to be in a lot of other people's homes, visiting and seeing how their space functions for them and entertaining, and you get some ideas for your own home. And I think it's a really good time to start planning and start getting your ideas together and see kind of what's out there.
Yeah, because time is something that really ticks along in remodeling, especially when you're involved in designing an extensive remodeling project. There's a lot of time involved in just the process of first us collecting all the information that we need, the photographs, the measurements, coming back and doing all the CAD drawings. And some of the projects we would demonstrate in the VR headset so people can get a really good sense of space.
Yeah.
Like especially if you're taking a wall out in a home or adding a room. It's amazing, I think, just from looking at 3D renderings or floor plans, you can get an idea intellectually of the space that's being added, but to really experience the emotion of seeing that extra space in your home, I don't think you can do that without a VR headset. It just makes it so realistic.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the VR is amazing. I've done it a few times now, and every time I do it, I'm blown away.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's so cool to be able to not only see the space, but even just see what you're going to be able to see. So like if you take down a wall to see, I didn't realize I'd be able to see that window over there all the way from here. That's amazing, or see how the light might come in and things like that to consider. It might impact your design.
Yeah, so we like to use that with any projects where there will be a big visual change in how you feel about the space that you're living in.
Yeah.
And it is really impactful. Helps people to make either firm up decisions or to rethink sometimes. Yeah, but it's almost like experiencing it before you purchase it.
Yeah, it's the closest we get to a test drive.
Yep, exactly.
We don't have model cars, unfortunately.
A virtual test drive.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, so Happy New Year to everybody listening. And last week, in case you had a chance to listen, I was talking to Tom Eastwood. We were doing our project of the month. And that's a particular project where, Jamie, we removed a lot of walls, I know, and opened up a lot of floor space. So if you happen to miss that, you can go to davefoxradio.com, and there you can really find any of our previously broadcast shows, and we invite you to do that. Otherwise, if you want to get in touch with us for any reason, you can email info@davefox.com. We love to hear what you all have to say. So let's start into, getting close to the end of the segment already, just jibber-jabbering about who knows what.
Yeah.
So, Jamie, why don't you spend a couple minutes just kind of telling, I know you've been on the show a lot, and people, any regular listeners would be familiar with you, but if there's anybody new, just give them a little brief rundown on your background.
Okay. So I've been here with Dave Fox since 2011. I do our marketing. So that's basically anywhere you hear or see the name Dave Fox. I like to think I put it there on purpose.
Yeah.
So, it's a really fun, exciting thing that I get to do and tell people all about our company and the unique things that we provide and services we provide. And the best thing I can do is let everyone else see what I get to see in this company every day. So that's kind of what I always think about when I'm doing any sort of marketing or creating any ads, is just trying to get that across. Because I always say I think it'd be hard for me to believe that if anyone knew what I knew about this company, they would look anywhere else.
I think that should be in one of your ads right there.
Yeah, there you go. I love this company, and I love getting to spread its name everywhere. So I think I have the best job here. But don't tell anyone else.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's what I do here at Dave Fox. I came from a new home builder prior to that, and so I've always been in the construction industry. I grew up somewhat in the construction industry. My dad was an electrical contractor, And I don't know. I wouldn't know what to do if there wasn't floor plans and hard hats around.
Yeah. So we have that in common. My father was also an electrical contractor, and his company actually wired the big Franklin County Jail years ago.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to wind down the segment. At the next segment, Jamie, I want to get into the Ohio Home and Remodeling Show, which is coming up here real soon. We'll be right back. And welcome back. You are listening to the Dave Fox Home Remodeling Show. And I have Jamie Broslovsky with me here. Jamie's our marketing director. And if you were listening to the very end of the last segment, she had a couple minutes there to kind of talk about what she does. And really putting the face of Dave Fox out there to the whole area in Columbus.
That's right. Just not my face. I stay here behind the microphone.
Oh, your face is on this YouTube
I guess
channel.
That's true.
So, yeah, people can see Jamie right here. So, Jamie, we want to talk about the show coming up here, and just tell us a little bit about when it starts and some of the background on this show.
Yeah, absolutely. So this show is actually downtown at the Greater Columbus Convention Center, which is always kind of fun because you can make a whole day of it and go spend the day downtown. It's held in the halls C and D, which are in the most northern end of the convention center. So that will be Friday, January 10th, Saturday, January 11th, and Sunday, January 12th. Mm-hmm. So on Friday, it's just noon to 9 p.m., Saturday, 10 to 9 p.m., and Sunday, 10 to 6 p.m. So again, that opens at 10 a.m. on Saturday and Sunday, and then Friday opens at noon.
Yeah. So you mentioned those exhibit halls are at the north end, and there is a little parking lot right there at the very north end, isn't there?
Yeah, they built a new parking garage a couple years ago, and it actually has a connector.
Oh, at the north end?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
Which is really nice. It's just off of the highway there.
Okay.
But yeah, that's really convenient if you can snag a spot in there that does have a connection that you can walk across, so you don't even have to go outside.
How could people find that spot, that parking garage?
Great question. Directions are not my best.
So that's where you use your phone then, right?
Yes,
okay.
The phone is Google Maps is my go-to.
All right, but just keep that in mind if you want to come park in the north end. Is that open parking lot still there too? There was a little open lot just to come out the north doors, and right across the street was.
I think that's where the garage is.
Okay, could be.
Yeah.
All right. So everybody can tell it's been a couple years since I've been down there.
I'm there every year, but for some reason directions, and I don't.
That's all right.
I wouldn't trust my directions.
All right. Aren't you thankful for cell phones?
Yes.
Okay. So I've got the show coming up this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Mm-hmm. And tickets.
Yeah, tickets at the door are $10 for adults, and online you can get them for $8. And then seniors are $8 at the door, and then for children 6 to 12 it's $5, and children under the age of 5 are free. Mm-hmm. So they're also going to do a couple of fun days. They have on Friday is the Trades Day, so anyone in any home-related trades or member of an affiliated association can get into the show free.
Oh, that's cool.
Which is kind of cool. Probably a good time to bring your resume if you're looking for a job.
Oh, yeah.
But also just to kind of get network and get other trades in mind, especially with NARI being involved, the National Association for the Remodeling Industry. Mm-hmm. Some very reputable and respectable companies will be there, part of that NARI section. And it's just it's great. I like, actually, it's one of my favorite things about this show, being in the NARI section is, we know everybody. So it's kind of a fun show for us to be neighbors with some of our other tradespeople that we work with on a daily basis or don't get to see that often, or even whatever the case.
Our competitors, we really enjoy spending time with them. It's a really good group of remodelers here in the Columbus area and the members of NARI.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. So it's fun. It's kind of like a little reunion for us contractors. Yeah.
And you mentioned people bringing resumes, and just to get a feeler out there, we're always looking for good carpenters, electricians, plumbers.
Absolutely.
Always looking for that talent. So if you or someone that's interested in that, come down and see us at the trade show, or just come to our website. And how would somebody, if they're interested in employment, what would they do?
So on our website at davefox.com/employment, or you can go to our homepage, and under the company there's an employment section.
Great.
But yeah, we're always hiring and always looking for the best talent out there. So I think it's a really good place to go and get your face out there.
Exactly. So if people come to this show, what can they expect to see?
Well, so at this particular show, it's a little bit smaller, which has a nice feel. There's not going to be, there is a main stage where they'll have some presentations on there, and they're going to have a celebrity guest and some exciting other things to kind of tune into on their main stage. And then it's going to be a lot of, mostly it's booth setups, which are really fun to walk around and see what all the different contractors have put together, and displays that people have. I always think that's fun. It's funny, I walk around looking at different things. I think, how'd they attach, what floor did they use? Is that comfortable to stand on?
Yeah.
But for other people, consumers, to walk around, lots of interesting ideas and fun things to see around the booths and things like that. I know Cambria, who is a close partner of ours, they have a pretty big setup going in down there. They'll have lots of displays and samples and even full slabs of the quartz, which is always fun to see.
Yeah.
And they'll have I believe they're going to have a little bar area set up as part of their booth.
Okay.
And then they're going to have, what's it called? They're doing a he shed, she shed.
Oh, say that about 5 times fast.
Yeah, I know, right? Where the different contractors have done displays in some prefabricated sheds and designed them to be a he shed or a she shed based on interest.
Yeah.
So that should be cool.
Okay, so in a he shed, you're going to put lawnmowers, shovels, rakes. What do you put in a she shed?
I guess it depends on how stereotypical you go.
That's true.
A she shed, maybe gardening tools.
Okay, makes sense.
Maybe it's a greenhouse.
Pots.
Or, I mean, even now, you've seen all that teeny house trend kind of thing. Maybe it's just a little retreat of some sort. Maybe it's a reading shed, with a great comfy chair and some books. I don't know.
So people will see some of these at the show?
Yeah, so I'm not sure how many there will be. Okay. We did not do one of them this year, but they will be there and should be interesting. I'm kind of anxious to see what the spin people took on the he shed, she shed. Yeah. Because it can go a lot of different ways.
So you think we'll do one next year?
I don't know. Our biggest challenge with participating in those types of things is bodies to do them. Yeah. So we're very busy at our clients' houses trying to get everything done for the holidays, and it runs that same time of year. So that's always a challenge. So if we do put our clients first, as much as I try and steal production to come build stuff for me at the shows, the clients do come first.
What's funny about that is our listeners might be interested in this. Like in our meetings, the production guys will be saying, like a project manager will say, man, we just need more work. It's hard to find places for these guys. So we get the feeling like, oh, good, we can use them for this in the shop, or this needs done in the showroom. And the minute we try to get them for any of that, oh, no, they're too busy. They can't come.
It's amazing how that works, isn't it?
I think they want to have like 10 years of work booked out solid ahead of them. Yeah. They just feel like they have to keep threatening, oh my gosh, we're almost out of work. And
yeah.
We can never get them for a minute.
Better keep filling that bucket. Yeah. I know. So yeah, that's why we're not participating. But they do, I steal the guys from production to come help me set up the booth, which they actually also built a few years ago. And it's, I think, really cool.
Yeah. So our booths have like a 5 to 7 year life cycle?
Yeah, hopefully. I promised our CFO 7, so let's aim for that.
Yeah. But it's like they need reconditioned every so often, and so we've been through a lot of different iterations of our booth and changed strategies on it. And the one that we have now, which we did probably 4 years ago or so.
Yeah, I think this is its 4th year going through. We did a little update to it last year, just mostly kind of color and texture things.
Yeah, but it's been very popular, and it's won the Booth Award, I think, at a number of shows.
Yeah, at least 3 of them.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so it's great. So come out and see it before we change it in 2 years. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we got a lot to talk about yet, Jamie, with the show coming up there. You mentioned entertainment and some of the special activities going on. I'm sure all of our listeners will want to be hearing about that and maybe getting an idea on what day they will want to come out. So we will get back to that in just a minute.
All righty.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Dave Fox Home Remodeling Show right here this Sunday, the first Sunday in 2020.
That's right.
Gosh.
It's exciting.
It is. So we'll be doing this right on through the last Sunday of 2020.
That's right.
Yeah. And we've been doing this for, you mentioned 8 years?
8 years.
Yeah.
This is our 8th year.
That's right.
This is our 8th season.
And I mentioned, I think in the first segment, if you have been a listener over these 8 years, we want to give you a special gift. This is just off the top of my head right now, and I'm putting Jamie on the spot. We don't know what it will be. But send us an email at info@davefox.com. We'll take your word for it. You don't have to prove it. Just say you've been a listener for the past 8 years.
Gary.
Okay? And Jamie will get you something really special.
Oh, goodness.
All right. So, Jamie, we're talking about the Home Garden Show coming up this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yep.
So let's chat a little more about that. What haven't we covered yet?
Yeah, well, so we get to go start setting up our booth on Tuesday. Mm-hmm. So the setup, a lot more goes into it, I think, than maybe a general consumer walking through would guess. But so we really start getting busy on it on Tuesday. We have a big trailer that our booth sits in, and we drive it in there, which is kind of fun. I remember the first time I got to drive in a convention center. I thought it was so cool. But so yeah, that'll start setting up on Tuesday, and we'll set up all the way until it opens the doors on Friday at noon.
Yeah, you mentioned the trailer, and I think that was your idea, wasn't it?
Yeah, it might have been.
I think it was a great idea because in the past we'd always unload all the booth into just some warehouse space, and there would be, and then we have to load it all back in a truck or a trailer or something. So I think Jamie had the idea of just buying a trailer, and we just stick the booth in there, and that's all that we use that trailer for, and that has worked out really good. Yeah,
it would work out better if it were temperature controlled, but it's very helpful not having to unload and load it so much, because even just the loading and unloading and putting it together and taking it apart at the various trade shows definitely does a number to it. Yeah, but it still looks pretty pristine, I think.
Yep. So you mentioned that there's some special activities and special guests at the show.
Yeah, so I don't have the whole stage schedule in front of me, but I do know that on Saturday at 1 o'clock, Ty Pennington is going to be down at the show. He's going to be the special guest. He always brings a pretty big crowd. Even after all these years, he still brings a big crowd anytime he's at any trade show we've been at. So that's always fun. Yeah. If you're looking to avoid a crowd, probably don't come Saturday at 1 o'clock. I would actually probably come in the evenings. That tends to be a little bit quieter. And I actually, if I were to come down there on my own, I would go on an evening and make a date night of it, grab some dinner downtown, or, if you have the kids with you, maybe go to COSI before or after, or something like that. I think there's so much to do downtown. And so I would make a day of it and really just enjoy walking around. I think probably one of the best things I would say is leave yourself plenty of time between parking and getting in there and walking around and striking up any conversations that you might want to have, whether you plan to or not. I think being rushed can be a waste of time, really. We've experienced it even just being down there. We'll be in the conversation with somebody and they realize what time it is and they're, oh, shoot, I want to continue this conversation. And so I think leaving yourself plenty of time. It's better to have too much time than not enough. And this way you can go over and see the he sheds, she sheds. Yeah.
Okay, so Jamie, if somebody, let's say they are interested in a remodel project and they want to talk to different remodelers, where can they find out who's going to be at the show?
Well, on the show's website, the Ohio Home Remodeling Show, you can list the exhibitors on there, so you can kind of go through and find them, and I believe you can filter by category. Okay. So that is one way. The other great option to find them if you do go down to the show is they'll be handing out the renovations publication, which lists all of the NARI members and lists them by category there as well.
Okay.
And anytime we aren't able to assist someone with whatever project they're thinking about doing, if it's just a repair or something that we don't do, we always refer everyone to NARI. And that's just because we know the organization so well and we know the members so well that we know we can trust that referral, that they're an accredited company.
Yeah. So I've got a recommendation for anybody that is thinking about remodeling and you want to talk to different remodelers. If you go to the website and find out who's going to be there and then look over their websites, okay, so do some research at home and go and talk to all of them and then come talk to us and choose us to do your job and you'll be in great shape.
And that's all you have to do.
That's right. But really, honestly, if that'd be a great way for people to research different companies and go talk to people from the companies. And but make sure you come talk to us too.
Yeah, I think definitely that's a really smart idea to go visit all their websites ahead of time, especially because once you're there, you might hop on your phone to look them up on the web, but the mobile site often doesn't have quite as much information as a desktop would, or even on your iPad. So being able to get all that information about the company and kind of into the nitty gritty of what it is that they provide maybe would give you an idea too of what questions to ask. If you see something on one contractor's site that you don't see on the other, to ask, like, do you offer this, or is this something that you could offer?
Sure.
Things like that.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. So what else is going on at the show?
So that's about it for that show. It's just kind of a quick weekend show, but definitely one I would recommend attending, especially if you already know that you're going to be interested in doing a project. I think that's a really good show to stop by. It's not quite as much of the hustle and bustle as the big home and garden show that comes up in February, but it's a good focused show with a good group of people there.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get back to that interested party in doing some real remodeling. Maybe they want to do a bathroom or kitchen or room addition, basement. For them to get prepared, one, as we mentioned, find out who's going to be there and look on their websites. I think it's a great thing to do. But what are some other things people can do to prepare to come in and know the questions to ask?
Well, I think a lot of the questions you need to ask yourself first. Just knowing what kind of remodel you want to do and also what your plans are with your home. Are you looking to remodel because you have to, because things are falling apart and you just have to do it and it needs to get done and you just want it done and over with? Or are you going to sell your house and you need to fix it up before you sell it? Or is this your forever home and you really want to invest in it and create something that you look forward to going to use every day, that you can trust is going to last the longevity of the home? And so I think asking yourself those types of questions first and thinking, okay, why am I doing this? Is it because I just want it to look pretty? Is it because the quality isn't holding up? It's damaged, it needs repaired, there's a leak. What are the issues what's causing you to think that you want to do this?
Yeah.
And then I think that helps you kind of hone in on which contractors to speak to. We all kind of have our niche of what kind of projects we do. If someone's just looking to get repairs and get it done as fast as possible, we're probably not their best fit. But someone that's looking to really enjoy their space and live in that home for a while, we probably are their best fit. So knowing that, I think, can really narrow down the options. There's so many contractors out there, and so many say that they do so many different things, but finding out maybe what their specialty is, or finding out their process and timelines and things like that is going to be important. And making sure that they line up with yours. So first, knowing your answers to those questions of like, okay, what kind of budget am I realistically thinking of? What kind of products do I want in my space? What kind of time frame am I okay with? If I were to do this and it's my bathroom and it's my only bathroom in the house, how does that work? Things like that. So those are answering all those types of questions for yourself first helps you know
Sure.
kind of what to ask a
That's
contractor.
Yeah, so budgeting information, if people can expect to get some ideas on budgets if they bring in maybe a little sketch of what they're thinking, if it's a room addition or maybe if it's a kitchen, just take a few pictures with your phone or bathroom or basement.
Yeah.
That'll be helpful for talking to a remodeler and getting an idea of what your budget range might be.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's going to be vague. It's going to be a ballpark, but that's the idea at this point is to get you in the ballpark.
Yeah.
So can I do my kitchen for $5,000 or $105,000? Well, you need to talk to somebody.
Yeah,
Okay,
definitely.
we're going to be right back after the break. And welcome back to all of our listeners. You're listening to the Dave Fox Home Remodeling Show. And you could be listening on the radio, or you could be watching us on YouTube or at davefoxradio.com. Right?
Or on a podcast, yeah.
Yeah, it's where we've got the videos uploaded to davefoxradio.com or our channel on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And our channel is Dave Fox Design Build.
Yes, Dave Fox Design Build Remodelers is
Okay.
our channel on YouTube, and the links for it are on davefoxradio.com.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're also available on podcast now as well. So anywhere you're at, almost all of the podcast platforms we're available
Okay.
on now.
Great.
So
What do you know? We must be famous, Jamie.
something like that.
All right. Well, we appreciate everyone tuning in. And today we're talking about the Home and Garden Show coming up this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, there's another one coming up in late February and early March, right?
Yeah, I call it the big Home and Garden Show, the big spring show, just because it's so long. That one goes from Saturday, February 22nd, all the way through Sunday, March 1st. So it's 2 weekends and the week in between. So that's a really big show. That's the one where they have the Bricker Building and the Celeste Building down at the fairgrounds, the Ohio Expo Center, and the gardens are there, which are kind of the big draw of that event.
Yeah. And that's a long haul
Yeah.
for people working the show.
Yes.
And, I think of these small companies that only have like 2 or 3 people, and they just literally spend those 7 or 8 days at that
yeah.
show. I can't imagine being there that long.
Yeah, that would definitely be tough.
My hat's off to them for perseverance to do that, because it's a long, long time. It's
Yeah.
fun to talk to people and see different things going on.
Oh yeah,
But,
you strike up a lot of interesting conversations, and it is fun being down there. This year I'm super pregnant, so I'll just be waddling around trying to make it to our booth.
We'll have you in the little electric cart.
Yeah, there you go. That'll be perfect. I'll get little Dave Fox flags going behind me.
We'll get you a Jamie's golf cart.
Yes, perfect.
All right.
But,
Okay,
yeah.
so we were talking earlier about our booth and how we kind of redesign that every 5 to 7 years,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So this booth, I think, is really cool because it's really you would never guess it looking at it, but it's a giant puzzle piece. Everything's just goes into little boxes, and we actually even had custom bags made to hold everything in their padded bags. And I've never actually counted how many pieces, but I bet Kelly could tell you.
Yeah.
He's the one that built it.
Yeah.
And he puts it together every year for every trade show. And he did an amazing job. I mean, the way this thing all goes together, and you can't even tell it's a puzzle piece. You would
Yeah.
think we bring this thing in on a big platform.
Yeah. Or build it on site. Huh?
Yeah, but it all connects together pretty easily. I mean, even considering that it sits outside in a trailer with all the temperature change and it's wood. But yeah, I like it a lot. We did a couple updates to it last year, as I mentioned, just add a little bit of color, changed out the frames, just modernized it a little bit. We got our flooring we got from America's Floor Source. They were kind enough to let us have that. And then we got some new chairs and frames from West Elm. And yeah, it's a really...
Okay, so if you're
fun
watching the video, here is a picture of the booth.
Yeah.
All right.
And so the other thing that's really cool about our giant puzzle piece is at the convention center, it's a much smaller show and smaller booth spaces. We actually are able to use the same booth. We have a 20-foot version and a 30-foot version, depending on what pieces you attach. And so, but the center is always the same, and then it's just different attachments. So at the convention center, we'll have our 20-foot booth, and then at the bigger Home and Garden Show at this at the Ohio Expo Center, we'll have our big 30-foot booth. So that one has a little bit more bells and whistles. It has some touchscreen monitors that you can fiddle around with. And both of them will have our TV with our slideshow pictures, which is nice.
Yeah, I think the touch screens, we have 2 of those because sometimes the show's funny. It's either like super busy or there's nobody there.
Right.
So when it's super busy, we could have 3 or 4 interested parties tying up all of our people just talking about projects. And so the touch screen is something that people can go to if they're waiting and just look at different photographs, look at some job progress photos, look at some drawings, and actually you put that together. What else does it have? So you can click through and look at one whole project from beginning till end, from everything with the floor plans, the renderings. You can open them up bigger and zoom in on them, look at the before pictures versus the after pictures, things like that. The thing I think it's really nice about it too is the trade shows can be a little overwhelming, especially, sometimes you're walking by and you feel like everyone's saying, hey, come talk to me, hey, come talk to me, hey, come to talk to me, and it can be a little intimidating to start that conversation. You think you're getting, to me, it's the equivalent of putting your email address in something. You think, oh no, now I'm stuck. I'm going to get these emails for the rest of my life. And so not everybody wants to immediately have that conversation before they put their email address in, so to speak. They want to just kind of touch and feel and take a look at things on their own, and this gives them the space and the opportunity to be able to do that. Exactly. And we don't pressure people either. I mean, if you don't want to give us your info, that's fine. Because really a lot of people at the Home Guard Show are talking to different people, and some of them are actually come in looking for us and want to sign up, and that's great, we love that. But others just want to take their time, look around, and that's perfectly fine. I'm that kind of a shopper. I like to look at all the options, and although my wife says I'm a hunter, not a shopper, so I do the research and go find what I want, and I get it. But I'm the type that would want to go sit at the touch screens first too. So I'm more of a skeptic. I like to know what I'm getting into before I give my email address. Well, we also would never use your email address for anything unless you asked us to. But if you are interested, we do have a monthly e-newsletter that you can sign up for on our website or at the trade show booth, either one. But only if you sign up for it would you receive it. So one of my big pet peeves with that is if I go on any website and then instantly this big thing comes up in front of me and blocks everything saying sign up for this, I am gone. I leave that website. I just don't like that. I know.
I feel like every retailer website does that. Any clothing store you go on to, it's like, sign up now, you get 15% off. It's like, I don't want to.
And they want that to be as obnoxious as possible, that thing that you can't do with anything until you answer that. And, but that's just me.
I know.
I'm old and crotchety.
That's okay. A lot of people are. And so we take that into account, and we don't have one of those pop-up things.
We do not.
But yeah, so we also have there's a lot of different things that you can look at our booth. So we have the slideshow going on our TV screen. We have the printed pictures of the before and afters. And then we also have booklets on our tables that you can kind of search through if you like to. To me, I mean, that's why magazines to me are never going to go away. There's nothing beats flipping through a magazine. There's just something about it, being able to really touch it and flip and go at your own pace like that. And those are filled with tons of before and after pictures. We also have one of the books is also all from our design studio. So if you've never been out here before and you've kind of been interested in what we have to see, we have a booklet there that shows pictures from our design studio. Although it doesn't show our most recent updates, so that you'll have to come see for yourself.
Just in the last month. Great. Well, this is exciting. So we're talking again about the home show, which is this weekend. It's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday down at the convention center downtown, and park in the north garage. And if you have a phone, you can find it. If you don't, Jamie, you can't find it, right, without your phone. But anyways,
I could point it out to you on a map.
If you see Jamie walking around, you'll know she lost her phone, and help her find that garage.
More like waddling around.
Okay. All right. So next week, Jamie, I'm going to be talking with Steve Dempsey. He's our sales manager here.
Oh, that'll be fun.
So we're going to be talking about remodeling, and he talks with his hands a lot. So if you watch that on video, that'll be entertaining. But we just really appreciate everybody tuning in. We love all of our loyal listeners. We'd like to hear from you. You can email us at info@davefox.com. We'd love to hear your thoughts or comments. You can go to davefoxradio.com. There you can see our videos or listen to radio podcasts. So we'll be back here next week.